Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to my reading journey. Hope we're all doing fine, and today we're gonna continue with the seventh part of A Ruler of Man. So let's begin. Well said, Barney, says I. You've given me an idea. I'll report later. Something's got to be pulled off quick, or we will both starve. I walked out and down to Hooligan Alley, and then on the other side of this street. As I went past the window of Donna Isabel Antonia Concha Regalia, out flies the rose as usual at it and hits me on the ear. The door was open. The door was open and I took off my hat and walked in. It wasn't very light inside, but there she sat in a rocking chair by the window, smoking a black cheroot. And when I got closer, I saw that she was about 39 and had never seen a straight front in her life. I sat down on the arm of her chair and took the cheroot out of her mouth and stole a kiss. "Hello, Izzy," I says. "Excuse my unconventionality, but I feel like I have known you for a month. Whose Lizzie is? Oh, no idea." The lady ducked her head under her mantilla, and drew in a long breath. I thought she was going to scream, but with all that intake of air, she only came out with "Me likey Americanas." As soon as she said that, I knew that O'Connor and me would be doing things with a knife and fork before the day was over. I drew a chair beside her, and inside of half an hour, we were engaged. Then he took my hat and said I must go out for a while. "You come back," says Izzy in alarm. "Me go bring preacher," says I. "Come back 20 minutes. We marry now. How you like it?" "Married 2 days," says Izzy. "Good." I went down on the beach to the United States Consul's shack. He was a grizzly man, 82 pounds, smoked glasses, 5'11", pickled. He was playing chess with an India rubber man in white clothes. "Excuse me for interrupting," says I, "but can you tell me how a man could get married quick?" The consul gets up and fingers in a pigeonhole. I believe I had a license to perform this ceremony myself a year or two ago, he said. Look, Aunt. I caught hold of his arm. "Don't look it up," says I. "Marriage is a lottery anyway. I'm willing to take the risk about the license if you are." The consul went back to Hooligan Alley with me. Izzy called her ma to come in, but the old lady was picking a chicken in the patio and begged to be excused. So we stood up and the consul performed the ceremony. That evening, Mrs. Bowers cooked a great supper of stewed goat, tamales, baked bananas, fricasseed red peppers, and coffee. Afterward, I sat in the rocking chair by the front window, and she sat on the floor plunking at a guitar and happy as she should be, as Mrs. William T. B. All at once, I sprang up in a hurry. I'd forgotten all about O'Connor. I asked Izzy to fix up a lot of truck for him to eat. That big, ugly man said Izzy, but all right. He your friend. I pulled a rose out of a bunch in a jar and took the grab basket around to the jail. O'Connor ate like a wolf. Then he wiped his face with a banana peel and said, "Have you heard nothing from Donna Isabel yet?" "Hist," says I, slipping the rose between the bars. "She sends you this. She bids you take courage." At nightfall, two masked men brought it to the ruined ruined chateau in the orange grove. Did you? How did you like the gourd hash, Barney? O'Connor pressed the rose to his lips. "This is more to me than all the food in the world," says he, "but the supper was fine. Where did you raise it?" "I've negotiated a standoff at a delicatessen, but delicatessen, hot downtown." I tells him, "Rest easy. If there's anything to be done, I'll do it." So things went along the way for some weeks. Izzy was a great cook, and if she had had a little more poise of character and smoked a little better brand of tobacco, we might have drifted into some sense of responsibility for the honor I had conferred on her. But as time went on, I began to hunger for the sight of a real lady standing before me in a streetcar. All I was staying in that land of bilk, and money for was because I couldn't get away, and I thought it no more than decent to stay and see O'Connor shot. One day, our old interpreter drops around, and after smoking an hour, says that the judge of the peace sent him to request me to call on him. I went to his office in a lemon grove on a hill at the edge of the town. And there I had a surprise. I expected to see one of the usual cinnamon-colored natives in Congress gaiters, and one of Pizarro's cast of hats. What I saw was an elegant gentleman of a slightly claybank complexion, sitting in an upholstered leather chair, sipping a highball, and reading Mrs. Humphrey Ward. I had smuggled into my brain a few words of Spanish by the help of Izzy, and I began to remark in a rich Andalusian brogue. Buenos dias, senor. Ya tanga. Interesting. Alright, guys, the dialogue goes on, and the story is about to be finished, and we're gonna figure out what's what's gonna be at the end, but tomorrow. Thank you for joining me today, and see you tomorrow in the next video. Bye.